Well, as we come to you on air this afternoon, the state is in recovery mode following last night's storm. Thank you for choosing us. I'm Jurnee Taylor. Today, areas left underwater in North Little Rock following last night's heavy downpours are now reopened. Here's a closer look at the video showing an intersection known for its flooding issues along Percy, Macon, and Pershing Drive. Emergency crews worked first thing this morning as the water receded to clear all the debris and cars trapped in high flood waters overnight. Cleanup efforts wrapped up just hours ago and is now safe for traffic. Saline County is among the communities shaking back this afternoon. People there are spending their time recovering from severe flooding in some places. Right now, people still can't drive through some of the roads, so we want to remind you to avoid such areas when you can. And as we speak, thousands are sitting in the dark after Beryl knocked out power in some areas across the state. Here's a closer look at the outage map showing where several customers are without electricity. Right now, places like Mississippi County are reporting the most outages, having more than 2,000 customers still without power. Those numbers are actively changing as crews continue to work to get things restored. Now, of course, we now want to bring in meteorologist Simone Thomas, who's been with the Weather Impact team working actively since the very start. Simone, what do we need to know about where things are now?
Well, now Beryl's exiting the state. We got a little bit of sunshine and conditions are improving through the rest of the day. So this rough start to the week was short-lived. The rest of the week is going to be pretty nice. So here is what we're tracking. Well, we got some pictures of a apparent tornado in Dallas County that was caught on video, but right now we're still waiting on officials to confirm from the National Weather Service, who were sending out people to survey the damage. But as we take a look at satellite and radar, Beryl moving out of northeast Arkansas. It's now considered a post-tropical cyclone, sustained winds 30 miles an hour. We got a few wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, but otherwise, now that we see conditions improving in the state, a lot of 60s to our north, some 70s here in central Arkansas, a little bit of those lower to middle 80s to our south. 76 the current right now in the capital city. Hot Springs sitting around 78, as well as Arkadelphia. As we continue through the afternoon, we're going to get a few glimpses of sunshine, mostly cloudy now, but a lot of those clouds breaking up through the remainder of the afternoon. We'll get to the lower 80s in central Arkansas, with those locations further south getting as high as the middle 80s. We're getting even warmer through the rest of the week. I'll tell you how much warmer we're expecting in that 7-day outlook.
All right, Simone, thank you. And as cleanup following the storms begin, so does our team coverage. Right now, the city of Little Rock addressing major issues along Bowman Road. The heavy rain and flooding warped and caused a sinkhole in that area. That's where we find THV 11's Brooke Buckner. Brooke, what are you seeing this afternoon?
Hey, Jurnee. Yes, this morning crews spent a lot of hours out here on Bowman Road trying to make repairs. As you can see over my shoulder here, some portions of the road are in pretty bad shape, but the rain isn't actually the only thing to blame for all of this. The city public works director tells me a section of an underground pipe failed, and that's what caused this massive sinkhole you see right here near the sidewalk. As you can see, it's blocked off right now, barricaded, a lot of cones out here, trying to keep people away and keep people safe, and helps the city have time to prepare to make these repairs.
I would not want people walking, especially we'll have it all barricaded off where we don't want the public to go. I know part of the sidewalk was impacted there, so going down that section of sidewalk, we'll ask people to detour to the other side of the street or back into the parking lots to get around that area.
Now, Honeywell says they're still trying to determine why that portion of the pipe failed, and he says the process to repair it won't happen overnight. It could take several weeks. So he says to expect more road closures in the near future here on Bowman Road. Tonight at 5 and 6, I'll have more about how the city of Little Rock is trying to repair and clean up roads impacted by last night's storm. For now, reporting in Little Rock, Brooke Buckner, THV 11 News.
All right, Brooke, thank you. We know that's a very busy intersection, so thank you so much. Well, it's not just here in Arkansas feeling what Beryl has left behind. Here's more on the remaining communities pushing to bounce back after being hit hard.
A path of destruction after Beryl unleashed a barrage of severe weather as it moved inland. This is Timpson, Texas, where the roof of the city hall was ripped off.
We have roof damage, we have ceiling tiles coming out, we have lines down. It's a mess.
A massive tree fell on Haley Laredo's home in Houston, killing her 73-year-old mother-in-law, who was in bed.
My son was screaming, "Grandma," because he saw me crying and telling my husband, "Go check on your mom." And he started freaking out. He was like, Grandma, he said, call 911.
Down trees littered streets, from winds gusting up to 90 miles an hour and torrential rain. There were at least 7 deaths in the Houston area, including a police officer driving to work during the storm. Power outages topped more than 2.5 million, and it could be days before it's all restored.
This storm, Beryl, has been resilient and relentless.
Parts of downtown Houston flooded, and some areas saw almost 10 inches. That's more than 2 months of rainfall in one day. People abandoned cars on water-engulfed roadways, and first responders made at least 24 high-water rescues, including this driver on flooded Highway 288, as officials warned residents they're not out of the woods yet.
Don't let the clear skies fool you. We still have dangerous circumstances. We still have high water across our city.
As conditions improve, the area's main electricity provider says it expects to have more than 1 million customers back online by the end of the day Wednesday, but that will still leave hundreds of thousands in the dark. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Houston.
New information into our newsroom just moments ago. 2 Jacksonville parents are facing multiple charges related to child abuse, neglect, and animal cruelty. According to a police report, both Justin and Deja Rollins on your screen you see here were arrested after a 3-year-old was taken to Children's Hospital to receive urgent treatment. Officers say while that was happening, 4 other children were discovered in a car outside the hospital. Police say they also found a dog severely neglected when searching their home. Now, this is a list of the charges Justin and Deja Rollins will soon face. They stem from 5 counts of domestic battery, neglect, and child endangerment to 1 count of animal cruelty and obstruction. This is an active investigation, and we will update you once we learn more. This afternoon, investigators tell us arrest warrants will soon be issued after a 17-year-old was killed during a weekend shooting at a White County gas station. A little after 3:30 Saturday morning, state police got involved in a car chase after a deputy apparently saw it hitting someone. According to the press release, the troopers and police involved didn't realize the gas station shooting happened at the time and released 3 of the people they arrested, charging the driver with traffic violations. The White County Sheriff says a gun was found in the car and will send out warrants as that evidence sits at the state crime lab. Plus, a man is sitting behind bars right now after being charged in connection to a weekend homicide in Hot Springs. This man, S.C. Fuller III, is now a suspect in the killing of Johnny Lee Simon after police realized he stole a gun. While Fuller himself is not charged with homicide, authorities say he could face more charges soon. Students in the Pulaski County Special School District may not have to worry about paying for lunch this upcoming school year. Today, the district announcing nearly 20 schools will provide students with free lunch for the next 4 years. Our team spoke directly with the district earlier, and they say schools need to collect free lunch applications to meet a criteria for the first year. And after that, every student will not have to pay for lunch going forward. Application forms are available right now online and at each school within the district. They can be turned in anywhere between now through June next year. Parents, if you would like to submit, you only need 1 application per household. We're also learning more on the person expected to step into a new role for the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Former campaign manager for Governor Sanders, Chris Caldwell, will replace Stan Jones for a position on the Outdoors Division. Sanders says Caldwell's love of hunting and is mostly what influenced her decision. And tells CHB 11 she's excited for what he has to offer.
And I think it's very important that we must focus on this next generation of outdoorsmen and conservationists to teach them about these opportunities.
Caldwell recently led the Decline to Sign drive, hoping to put an end to the group wanting to reverse Arkansas's abortion ban. Members of the Arkansas Task Force are back in the natural state after putting up the ultimate fight. An inside look at their experience when we get back.
And other than a stray shower to our north today, improving conditions are expected through the rest of the afternoon, and the week ahead is going to be fairly quiet. I have the details coming up after this break.